Oh, there was a honk. Might have been for me. It's gonna be me. Dun, 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 dun. Oops, I did it again. I broke another world record. You got lost in the game. Oh, baby, baby. Oh, you think I'm in love. I played with your heart. Batman's not that innocent. All right, hold on. Wondering what the hell they're doing over there. Got a sign of some sort, waving it around like it's a flag. Ah. But yeah, see, this is why people close the chat, because all y'all exhibit the same behavior and over and over again, and you don't run YouTube. So you can go ahead and miss me with it, man. I'll let you know what it is anytime I want. I can delete shows too. Told you I have total freedom and control in my life and over this and what I do. There's nothing you gonna say that's gonna get me out of character, man. Like I said, it's just odd that that's all y'all try to do. Like I said, that's illegal. So I don't know what your point is, because you're not making one. You're just repeating yourself. But like I said, my statements all stand. Reality is proven, and I don't have to speak or respond, nor am I. Reality doesn't change regardless. Truth is the only thing that remains constant. We all know that I'm a boss in the streets. We all know I got all the stripes in the street. Hi, Fido. Hi. And that I'm a positive role model and a positive guy, and that dogs like this love me. He literally he'll run across the fence just so he can come say hi to me. So, like I said, we're not doing those games no more. I'll just have to do straight gray rock method, because people have a weird bad habit of repeating themselves on here. And they already said what their objective was day one. So I mean, if we all know what it is and it's become a public issue, why would I entertain it? But shout out to the guy who was in the chat. You're welcome to come right back. That was saying positive stuff like, you know, don't sweat that stuff. I mean, you just, if you're having to constantly hear actual delusion, you can't perform at peak capacity. I'm just letting you know right now. Anybody, it's not possible, because my system doesn't take that in. My system takes in reality. So, like I said, what they're doing, it's all as clear as day. It's intentional, and it's also a felony across state lines. So, like I said, when they're this desperate and they have no regard for the law, I mean, like I said, it just makes it all an easy win for me, the federal lawsuit. They haven't issued one statement yet publicly. They haven't said anything. All their actions are clear as day. They show no remorse. They never stop. I mean, the judge is going to take all that into account. You know what I mean? So it's all perfect for me, man. It's really just, the so-called enemies giving me what I want, and you're not enemies. An enemy would have to be someone who actually has money and wealth. An enemy would have to be someone who ever competed. Y'all were never competition. You are just a group of, people who don't have anything and can't afford a hot dog. Red Pill took that personally. Yeah, he's saying that we can't afford a hot dog. You can't afford a hot dog. It was a free bratwurst. That was a brat. It's a big difference between a hot dog and a brat, sir. Okay, you got a brat. You got that bratwurst, because you're a brat. You got that bratwurst for free, right? And you gave Allied Universal a bad name. It ought to be a lawsuit. Real talk. You could end up having to go to court over that. We're going to bring it up in the federal lawsuit that you have to show up to. Real talk. You have to come to court, buddy. See, you got yourself in all sorts of legal trouble. And then all the secrets come out about the family business. I want to know every little detail about that little family business you got over there, right? While you bragging. I mean, he's openly snitched on himself and his family a million times. He just said recently, he said white boys, he said that we don't have any drugs, we don't have no game, and we don't have whatever, right? Because you're admitting that you sell drugs. Right. Okay. They're like, that's perfectly fine, sir. Yeah, you're 100% right. You're 100% right that I don't have any of that stuff. I don't do that stuff. In fact, like I literally am the whole answer to literally getting all that stuff off the street, if you want to be honest, and putting all y'all out of business and getting all y'all locked up in prison. That's a big part of what Batman does, actually. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. You don't know what's happened in these streets. You can run your mouth all day. You don't know what I do. You don't know anything that's going on, nothing. Like, how do you know, brother? Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of funny, bro. You don't know nothing about me. Like I said, we don't do no talking over here. I'm the real thing. I ain't got to talk. Like I said, if I ran my mouth, people would really be like, wow, that's amazing. This dude really is a gangster and a thug. Everybody already knows. There was never any point that was up for argument or debate. The whole public knows what I am. I'm just entertaining y'all fools a little bit because it's funny. See, they try to take advantage. They try to like take it too far. Like, you're not making sense, brother. Yeah, you're like on planet Pluto with it right now. All y'all. That red pill. When are you gonna do a live stream, man? Come on, man. Do a live stream, bro. I want to see that. Just quit with your delusion, man. Just do a live stream. Do what you always do. Get super triggered and pressed over little old me. Right? God told y'all. I told you. God told me, and God told y'all. God told y'all. I told y'all. He told y'all I was going to get paid to exist. And look, I'm getting paid to exist. I'm making something. I love it, man. But they act like this ain't the life. They act like I'm supposed to have a bunch of money. All that would have been was just holding money. I spent it and I enjoyed spending it. What do you mean? I'm doing something wrong? I think I'm doing pretty good if the whole world want to be me. I think I'm doing pretty good if I'm still making income and making money. I think my business is doing excellent. I'm maxing out on profit for this. I mean, I make the most money on this network. There's no one else. Nobody. Mr. Beast is broke. He's a Mason. I make more money than him. Seriously. No, do I make a lot? No, I don't. But I make more than him. See the point? These people, they just have an issue with reality. They want to act like they don't know what it is. Y'all all know what's good. Yeah, I'm just going to stand up for my freedom always. I'll talk to you how I want. I'll do what I want. Ain't nobody going to do nothing about it. Boy. How you like them apples? 60 dips today, man. We pushing the limits. Like I said, I'm going to get where I'm doing over 100 dips. And then that translates into everything else I'm doing on the dip bars and the picking up of the whole body horizontally and vertically. That's what you don't get. This is it's just like the way I compound businesses. Compound with training, compound exercises. So everything that I do, it goes towards the end result of the training. You know, the goal that we're not trying to reach, we always reach it. You know what I'm saying? I know how to train, man. I know what I'm doing. But I need to start doing, I was just too tired today, man. My body is sore as hell. I hadn't slept the other day. I definitely did. I know I slept some last night, but I hadn't slept the day before much at all. So, like, all the soreness is catching up with my body because the training I've been doing is incredible. So to come out and do it again when I'm way behind lagging with my, my body and my muscle repairing, and to do 12 muscle ups. Then I did some more after that. And then what else? And then 60 dips. Yeah, that's pretty good, partner. Did some pull ups after that too on my own. Closed grip. reverse close grip. That means with the hands close together. They really need to move that part of that pull-up bar though, bro. It's causing a major issue for me because I'm tall, and yeah, it's not fun. But they're not going to. I doubt it, but it would be nice if they did. It's just that little red part in the middle, like it's totally unnecessary. They don't need that there. It's getting in my way because I'm swinging, and then yeah, it's like right there, and it's not nice. But like I said, man, these people all know reality. They all know what it is, and they're just mad at reality. That's fine. I don't know who told you typing delusion matters or that would get any accomplished result. Clearly not. Clearly it's not effective, my good sir. You said all these things that never existed. Again, what is your point? Your only point is you don't want to see people win, right? I succeed. You want to drag me down. It doesn't work that way. So what's up? Y'all people don't scare anybody, bro. It's just what you're on is petty. And nobody deserves that, and human beings ain't going to put up with that, especially me. Feel me? So, like I said, this is what they've been trying to do forever. They sent agents at me a million times trying to set me up, right? Like, who do y'all think you are? And like I said, none of this would go down. It couldn't be allowed every day unless people were corrupt. Again, it couldn't be allowed every day unless all of you were corrupt, right? Ain't nobody scared of nothing. No, it couldn't be allowed every day if people did their job. It's not that hard. They talk about phone calls. All you got to do is call that local county and explain to them reality. You were given the legal name decades ago. Why didn't you do that? Making excuses. Oh, nothing can be done. Nothing will be done. Then that makes no sense. You're taking away my civil rights and civil liberties. But no problem because you made Batman. I don't care, bro. We all know it was unfair. It ain't never been fair. It's been so far from fair, it's unreal. I'm exposing your entire society. All y'all some cowards. All y'all the same. All y'all jealous. All y'all try to do is hold people back, right? Down here, they're discriminate. All of them. Yeah, there's a hump, right? And the truth is coming out. How y'all try to treat my people, right? We get it the worst, man. I'm telling you, bro. No, nobody wants to see the white man win. Nobody. They ain't never wanted to see us win. That's been reality since I was born, bro. That's why I came up on Trailside Drive when I was yay high. I was getting in the mix with all of them, right? All of them. I was winning every time. I'm talking about I was always outnumbered and I still won. So, I've been doing this my whole life, man. This is not new. So, like I said, I mean, I get money. God put it right. You get paid to exist, right? I get money being myself and living my life and doing what I do. Now, we don't need a whole bunch of theatrics. Like I said, all these people online, y'all swear up and down you gangsta. You don't know the meaning of what gangsta is. It's all snitches, all federal informants. Like I said, what's the issue with just talking face to face? Why do you keep trying to act like there's things going on that aren't, or there's a build up to it, or it's a big deal? Bro, it ain't no big deal for me to have a conversation. You understand? Like, whatever energy you have your energy. Like, ain't nobody approaching me in no aggressive manner ever. So, like, what? That's kind of known, bro. Everybody knows nobody's going to do that. So, like I said, it's just odd behavior because they try to go online and they're still typing. The dude was typing, talking about how come I talk tough when people aren't around me, but that's literally what you're doing when you're typing that. And I've never done that once. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? Okay. So I gotta repeat myself because you repeat nonsense. I'm all right. Like, you don't argue with delusional folks. Reality can't be argued, bro. You're wasting your time. I don't know why they think that's like a trick or doing something to me. It's not doing anything. It's just mad weird because you can't respond. Like, why don't you ask me a solid question that's based in reality? How about that? Yeah. Well, I know you mad. You mad because I proved everything that I ever said was a fact. I'm exactly who I always said I am. Right. Well, that wasn't hard to do, brother. I've been doing that for the past, well, I don't know, 35 years. What? Been doing that since I was born. None of this is difficult, you know? So, like I said, the narcs are going to come out the woodwork and start typing online. For some reason, they all think that they're invisible, right? Like I'm not going to address them directly in front of them. Well, that's funny. That's cute. Like I said, I want all y'all to come out the woodwork. Keep running your mouth online. Please do. Please keep running your mouth on the internet. You know what I mean? It's just crazy because the whole streets and the whole world, they know who I am. They know what I'm about. They know I'm not going to put up with that. So, I mean, people at every job I ever worked knew I was built like that. So if people want to play these games, well, that's no problem. That's why we turn on the camera and we address you. I'll be addressing everybody right to their face on camera. Okay? Anybody. You understand? So, like I said, you will have a totally different energy. You'll kiss up. You'll be fake. All y'all, none of you are tough. So what do you mean? I'm exposing you. I already have. I've already exposed that all y'all fake. There's no exposing the truth. I'm not fake, partner. I just got smart now because I already went through everything. See, that's what they want. They want you to keep proving something that you already proved way too many times. Like, how long do you want to keep doing that? At some point, it becomes redundant. It doesn't make any sense. A tough guy needs to prove that he's tough. No, he doesn't. That doesn't make sense. You need to prove yourself because you all can't prove yourself because you know that you're all lying. Yeah. No, this is how it actually works. This is your society. The real gangster is going to get smart and fall back and pay attention. The real gangster is not going to let you trick him off of his throne. See my point? No, that's actually how the gangsters move. So let's discuss today, what is it? What does it mean to be gangster to you? Because y'all want to apply your own definition. So are you saying people like all these jokes that went on No Jumper and they're all snitches and federal informants, like 4Extra, right? Aaron the plumber, all these little characters that they recruited out of prison, sold their soul to the devil, and they're all broke, penniless Masons that will never own anything. Okay? Everything they have is borrowed. Everything. When you sell your soul to Freemasonry, even time is borrowed for y'all. Everything is borrowed. You're borrowing time. You're borrowing everything. You're not building a future owning anything. You're nowhere near me. Being a Mason, if you're the most famous Mason in the world, let's say you were Beyonce. Beyonce still doesn't have a pot to you know what in. Masonry does not allow ownership. So I am light years and leagues ahead of Beyonce. So who's the real celebrity? Me. Who do people really want to see in action and perform and do music and talk and speak and be Batman and train in front of them? Me. You can't. Beyonce can't do no dips and pull-ups. Real talk. That'll be the next thing they have her do. They'll have her take some steroids, and I mean, she want to be a man so bad it's unbelievable. It's pathetic. Beyonce never looked good. Looks like a mutant Ninja Turtle. Hee-haw! What's up? All you Beyonce fans out there, take that. Yeah, boy. How you like them apples? Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Oh, for real. I'm on a roll today, brother. I'm on a roll. And now, since I get to do my lives where I want, when I want, you will have to put up with it, won't you? And you won't do nothing about it. Feel me? Like I said, we get stronger every day, smarter, more capable. I'm trying to train you folks. I can train the youth. I can train anybody, right? How to become a better person, more well-rounded, stronger, more capable, accomplishing more. And again, you people have no argument. I work the job that all of them want. There's truck drivers, there's people making tons of money in different industries saying they're quitting their jobs and doing YouTube full time. Everybody wanted this career. I'm the one who made it. I'm the only one who created it. Nobody gave it to me. I had to take it. I created this. I did it myself, and I kept pushing where nobody else would have. Facts. And that's why they had those people try to stop me. That's why at that corner store right there, that Cameron individual who lost both jobs, right, and basically ran away, right, and he already got his karma. Lost both jobs, and he was a nobody of four eyes with nothing going for him, who couldn't get a girl. And his friend was shook too. His friend was scared of me too. That's what you get for hating. Yep, and he made a false call right there at that corner store when he was working there. Then he got fired later, and it's probably because they caught him gang stalking me, and he was taking bribe money. I'm pretty much positive from the red triangles. Okay, so when y'all talk to me up that way, remember, and we were talking, the man was cool, but that's what I was explaining when I said, well, if they quit gang stalking, then it's all good. But as long as they're doing that, no, I'm not going to put up with it. Who would? We don't live in a world where people put up with nothing. Welcome to the country. I'm from the country. You're going to respect us. I don't care who you are. So like I said, anyone in the world with something to say, right? I'm always readily available to the public. Say it vocally with your mouth in person, right? All that other stuff is nonsense, brother. Hey, look at the big stick. That guy looked excited. Was he excited about the Batman? So yeah, like I said, this is what I do, brother. I do this for a living. Just like Tom Cruise in Collateral. I do this for a living. You are messing with my work. I'm a lot like Vincent. Vincent was crazy, and I'm a lot like Vincent. I have no limits and don't care. No limit soldier! No limit soldiers! They scared now, coach. I told you they all shook now. Now they all real worried because they know they go into prison for their crimes. They're going to be held accountable, and divine justice is already here, being enforced by Batman and God. That's right, being enforced by Batman and God. I'm the angel of what? You know what I'm the angel of, and the angel of justice, boy. What? I'm the angel of darkness, son. You sure y'all want to get cute with me? Right. Boy, y'all funny. Sorry, but what? Yeah, God don't play, man. Do we? God sure does deliver, man. God don't play, do we? Yeah, there's no nothing. There's no way for me to lose, baby. Trust me. I done told y'all what my last name means, bro. You better go do your research. It's the tool that what has. What am I? Why don't we talk about the truth of what I am? What do you think I really am in the human form? Like, get real with yourself. My last name means what? It means what the Grim Reaper has. So what would that make me? My last name is Sneed. Okay? Sneed means a scythe. It's what they use for hay, right? It's what the Grim Reaper has. So what would that make me? Batman is the actual Grim Reaper, homie. That's what y'all don't get. I'm not following your rules on this planet. I could care less. I'm an actual angel of darkness. Yeah, I enforce divine justice and divine law without question, without remorse, without understanding or compassion. I could care less how you feel. Okay? I'm being used by God. Okay? All things dark are not evil. You understand? God is not playing around. God is like, it's that time. Oh, God is very serious about what's happening. So I could care less how you feel. You know what's good? All y'all, right? All them fake Chirac savages. Little Reese embarrassed himself, right? Y'all want to make names like that? You ain't no Grim Reaper. That's me. Like, literally. I don't know what you talking about. What do you think Batman is? Batman just has compassion. Batman has rules that he doesn't break. You understand? And I'm just like him. But don't get it twisted, bro. You know what I am. You know what I'm here for on this planet. You know what I carry out. You know what I'm about. You know what I do. 100%. I stand up to evil. I'm put here, right, to do what? Common sense. I ain't got to spell it out. Yeah, I'm put here to stop all evil in its tracks. You understand? Straight up. What are you talking about? What does St. Michael do, the angel? What does he do? Ask yourself. Huh? Come on, bro. We done told y'all the game, bro. And that's what they do. These people are mad weird. They sit there, right, trying to play victim and look for an excuse. Boy, I don't care how none of y'all feel. None of you. You understand? I don't care. And you could drive around circles all day. You could sit there watching, looking at a celebrity. You're looking at a force you can't control. You're looking at something you can't contain. You're looking at the real deal. Straight up. I don't know what people talking about, man. These human beings have nothing for me. They can't put no restrictions on me. They can't tell me nothing. I got God with me, backed by God Himself. You feel me? Like I said, I'm the divine protector, divine ruler. I've never changed my energy once, but Red Pill sure does a lot. And you who was typing, you do a lot. What? It's all you do. I'm not here to talk about that. That's all. I'm here to talk about reality and what's positive and what's going on. And if you ain't, why you over here? Like, dude, those people are just, it is hilarious, man. Look how mad they are every day. Look how caught up they are in little old me and me winning. The chat's wide open. Why do y'all talk one show and then all of a sudden you quiet? Like y'all got so much going on. Y'all ain't doing nothing. None of them. Y'all got nothing to do, nothing going on. All you got to do now is watch me. Like what? They want me to feel guilty because they got shame-based disorders. I don't feel guilty. I love being me. They want me to not talk freely. I'll talk however I want. Do something about it. Next. I'm sorry, I was controlled. When was I controlled? I was never controlled in Green Bay. I got money. I stood up to the entire corrupt force up there and exposed all of them publicly. What do you mean? Everybody knows that Green Bay PD is corrupt because of me. What are you talking about? And the ones who aren't corrupt, they like me. They have respect for me, for everything I did. What are you talking about? You know everything that went down. It's on camera. I have footage of half of it. What? And I won every time by myself, stood up to everyone. One man. Nah, bro. Nah, a lot of y'all are really, really corrupt and disgusting and on some very dark stuff. And you're targeting civilians like me, right? And when you targeted me, I mean, like I said, you messed up big time. You made the biggest mistake ever, didn't you? Because you targeted a civilian who was stronger than any other and wasn't a civilian. It was an actual gangster, right? So, I mean, you tried to target the guy who is the mob in front of the whole world, and I didn't back down. That's what happened. What happened is all y'all tucked your tail between your legs and had to walk the hell away. Remember? Remember? That's what happened. I don't know what anybody else is trying to tell you. These people don't get, like, you can sit there and run your mouth all you want, but again, I'm the real deal. All y'all is fake. You want to talk about being a gangster? Bro, I've done so much gangster stuff in my life, it's unbelievable. Real talk. I don't know what you talking about. We just don't self-snitch. We not built like y'all. Like I said, they do not like seeing the white man win. I'm gonna make y'all watch me win on repeat. Got it? Feel me? And up in Green Bay, it's even worse and more ridiculous because they all white. Like, what? Why y'all got an issue with your own? That's crazy. They do it to their own, and it's just because it's a bunch of people who went to the club. Went to the club, and I ain't got shown no love. They mad because the girls wasn't showing them no love at the club. That's what that about. Real talk. Like, come on, bro. Your lineup isn't exactly handsome or good looking, are they? And they're all out of shape everywhere you go. Hey, get a better training program. Y'all want to talk down on Batman? How about you hire me to train y'all? Because I'll be telling you one thing. I could help y'all because y'all be dropping the ball all the time. Y'all do not know how to enforce anything, how to enforce law, how to do your job. None of you across this entire country. You're all a joke. I'll tell you straight up. You want real training? Hire Batman to do your training for all your departments. Straight up. I can literally, I can teach you the right way to do things. Seriously. Y'all don't know how to de-escalate, and everyone tells you these things. Civilians tell you all the time. You got to get a real dude from the street like me. You got to hire me to teach. It's the truth. It'll literally save lives. You understand? Because y'all are doing the opposite. What? Like, they be running their mouth like, oh, I'm corrupt. I'm in power. Okay. And how come every time then that I even look at YouTube or any news story, right? It's like every time I turn around, I see y'all going through your own karma you created for yourself. Can you explain that? And I mean like severe karma. And that's generational karma. That goes to every generation after you because of what you're doing, targeting people like me. See what I'm saying? Bro, I've seen y'all get your karma nonstop, bro. Instant karma. Real talk. I don't know what you're talking about. Green Bay was the same story. They all got their karma. I know that for a fact. What are you talking about? I saw a bunch of headlines like right after that. Like, dude, you can't just treat people anyway. You know what I mean? These people on here like they're trying to argue that. You're hiding behind a computer. You're not arguing anything. You're just talking. You're typing. What is that? So if you can imagine people who were that slow, huh, you got everything showing that you lost and you're running your mouth hiding. That's not bravery, that's cowardice. And that's what got all y'all in the position you're in. Right? Right, pumpkin. Remember, I'm in charge. Big boss. Big boss Don Batman, I'm in charge. We operate above the feds. I'm the biggest deal, biggest boss you've seen thus far, like Rick Ross. Whew. Real talk. And people is not ready. People are not ready for me at all. And like I said, I don't fake it till I make it. I don't try to pretend I'm anything I'm not. I'm just Batman. All right. Like Christina doesn't like cops. So I can't be a cop, much less would I ever want to be one. Right. Christina doesn't like them. Straight up. So that's my future wife. So I'm not going to have a career in law enforcement. Now I'll be Batman, right? And I'll help them out and I'll work with them if they want to pay me, because that's just part of being Batman. You got to work with like NYPD and all that. Oh, all that's going to happen. I'm sure they're going to put some offers on the table for me. They're going to need me. That's what y'all don't get. Like, think about in New York, as bad as New York is, you need an enforcer at a straight level who's Batman, who's uncontrollable and going to do what he wants to do and has his own personality. And I'm going to have a big enough following and enough power that they're going to have to hire me. They're going to have to pay me. That's what I think. And we may not even need the money, but like, you got to pay me. You know, I'm not going to just do it for free. That doesn't make sense. You know, that'd be being a little bit too nice. I want to study forensics, like I said. Oh, I think 100% that the future is that they will let Batman actually go to crime scenes. Yes, the highest profile crime scenes. I think they'll eventually let me walk straight into them and do forensics. Yes, my own forensics, because we're going to have way enough money. That's what y'all don't get. We're going to have tons of money, bro. Money talks, everything else walks. If they say, listen, he's an independent entity. Now you're going to have some of them that don't like me, just like in the movie. Remember in the new movie with Robert Pattinson when he said he's a goddamn vigilante? That's exactly how it's going to be. They're going to say he could be a suspect. And then what happened? The guy who was falsely accusing Batman, he was the sack of you know what. He was the corrupt one. And it's going to be exactly like that because you're going to have corruption. It's an NYPD. It's in any police force. They're all corrupt. Now, it may not be everyone. You may have some good guys. But that's why I hope that I inspire the good guys to stand up for what's right. That's all. Because that's what it takes. It takes people standing up to each other, literally, and saying, no, we're going to do things the right way. And that's how it's going to go. You know what I mean? That's why my attitude in the street and in reality is just nobody's going to tell me anything. You're not going to do nothing with me. You're not going to move me. You're not going to tell me nothing. You think these people don't have plots for me? Like these agencies, cartel, gangs? Oh, yeah, sure, if they could, but a lot of them probably respect me or what I do anyway because they don't have a choice. And, you know, people have two choices with me. They either respect me or they fear me. That's the truth. So, like I said, no, I mean, you can be mad and jealous of my authority, but I have authority. Trust me. And I don't need to cite a reference for it because that's the thing. I don't have a boss. I am the authority. There's no authority over me outside of God. You feel me? So it's like they're not used to that, and people don't like that generally, of course, because, well, y'all have a boss. You got to answer to someone, and you've grown. Talking about how much money you make, you think that matters? Feel me? Let me go ahead and get you out of here. I don't want none of that over here, brother. I don't know what you're talking about. So, like I said, that's my whole point, man. I mean, that's exactly how it'll probably go. You know, you remember when he walks through the hallway and the whole NYPD is sitting there staring at him. I think there's going to be a moment just like that movie, like identical, and I want it filmed on that GoPro camera. because it's going to be epic and I'm going to put it on the channels. Like, I think they're going to look at me just like that. They're going to say the same things. They look at him and they're like, freak. Like it's going to be just like that. But it's something I have to go through. It's part of the process. Batman's an outcast, man. I'm not supposed to be embraced necessarily. I'm glad that I'm being embraced by most of society. I think most of society will back it, but the corrupt ones are going to have an issue with it. And when you're dealing with departments like that, there's just so much different issues and animosity and different agendas, and there's so many corrupt people and narcissists with their own agenda. Like, yeah, you're going to get looked at like that because they can't stand you. You ever notice that when they get around you, some of them just have this like glare and stare in their eyes? They just had one. I remember when we were doing that OKC fair, there was one there running their mouth. I don't know if it's the one who did this. It just came out. I mean, Oklahoma PD, I already stood up to them in person. Remember, y'all called that Bricktown place and had me fake banned for doing nothing, for just talking back and responding to you because I wanted to do a live? You were the ones talking crazy to me. I was in the bathroom trying to what, and they come knock on the door and won't let me even just finish using the restroom. And I go out there and talk to them and I put them in their place. And they were repeating the little phrases that you're saying, right? Talking all them weirdo talk, weirdo names. Like, what? Like, y'all made me Batman day one. And then I stood up to all Oklahoma PD. They couldn't do nothing with me. Completely good in the books. And it proves what? Yeah, because y'all are all liars and you're corrupt. And I don't know if it was that lady officer that was running her mouth. And I don't know if it was her or not, because I met her in person, one of them, because there was Oklahoma PD at that Oklahoma State Fair, of course. But they had us there because of what happened the year before, which was really serious. Like I said, stuff like that, you should be hiring Batman full time to be there because that's what you need. You need a Batman. But my whole point is, she was running her mouth, and then it came out in the news just recently. I don't know if it was her or one of them, but some OKPD, right? One of them supposedly, she filed like a fake. She basically committed fraud. She did like a fake paid leave. Okay, and then they found out that she wasn't even injured. She was running around skiing and all this, and cashed in like $500,000 or 400,000, some crazy amount, going vacation and just living the life. And hey, I mean, that's what they do. They're all corrupt. They're all like that. I think you have to be kind of corrupt to sell out like that and do it honestly. I'm not saying that like some of them are cool. Like a lot of them like me. A lot of them are my fans. But I have a job to do, and I'm going to say the truth. And that's just from my experience. And once in a while, you get a good one. Not everybody's the same. The guy that picked me up there in Austin said that, he said, because they're not all bad. I believe that. And I'll always give you that credit, but I also have to expose the ugly side of things and the truth, because it needs to be said so people know. I mean, yeah, it just is what it is. It's just reality. But yeah, she went on a whole vacation with the money and claimed that she couldn't even move, and she was out skiing and doing all this crazy stuff. Look at him, look at him. Ah, don't give him views. They mad as hell. I don't get my views from you, brother. I get my views from a large audience that I built myself. You're not my audience. You're just the ones that type in the chat because, well, you have no life. Oh, for real. Anything else? Don't give him views. You ain't got a choice but to give me views, brother. You ain't got a choice but to pay me. See, I told you they gave up. Now they know none of them tactics going to work. Right? Right. So be quiet already. You run your mouth too much. It's not going to work, brother. You're looking for leverage in court. You wish you could make an excuse to set me up. You just want me out of the picture, and it ain't going to happen. Batman is strong as hell. I own all of you, and I have divine supreme authority, and you can't do nothing about it. So what's good? I'm not a part of internet culture, sir. I'm too real for that. I'm an actual gangster, and I'm the mob. So how would the guy who is the mob and the original OG gangster, how would he look if I already shut everything and everybody down? Kind of act like the story isn't out. Man, people know what's going on. I've talked about it quite a bit. So you're not making sense. Straight gray rock method. So yeah, like I said, I mean, that's just awesome, bro, when they ain't got nothing to say, so they're gonna just type nonsense. That's fine. You can have that. So yeah, I mean, end of the day, man, I can't wait for New York, bro. This gets me excited, bro. I think it's going to be fun, personally. I really do. There you go. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna keep on pushing forward. You heard him. He said it's Batman. So we're gonna keep on pushing forward, right? We're gonna keep on doing what we need to do. That's what I'm saying, man. You know, a lot of these people, they probably got a lot more money than I got right now. I'm sure all of them do. I mean, think about that, and I still got respect. That's pretty crazy, man. You know, and hopefully some of these, people who are fans like that, because I know a lot of them are loaded and have money. Hopefully they'll, start supporting me financially. That's the thing, if I got the help of the community, which is all I'm trying to do, I did all this for y'all. I did all this for the people in these neighborhoods and communities. I sit here, I protect you, I go to work for you every day. It's the truth. So there's another one waved at me. See, people like me. So you think people don't care about that? You think people don't want to feel safe where they live in their neighborhood? Yes, they do, and they know Batman contributes to that. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the divine protector. I'm tough as hell. Yeah, I can be a little scary, but that's needed to protect. That's why I never understood. Like, I would always protect people when they would act like they're scared of me. I'm like, well, then you're the enemy too, because I mean, there shouldn't be nothing to fear with me. I'm the best friend y'all got. You know what I mean? So that's what's weird. Do, do, do. I don't go anywhere that you tell me to. Farm safety, you're hilarious. I don't entertain fake job offers, but I'm aware that I have nice arms. Thank you. I don't need you to tell me that. Christina will tell me that. Those are her arms. They belong to her, okay? So you back up off of these arms. But yeah, like I said, man, I'm sore as hell. But like I said, I was never nothing special, man. I was the little guy, man. I was the runt of the litter. I was the small one. I was the little guy. I'm just a little guy, like Tupac said. I'm just a little skinny coming up against three times my size. My size. That's exactly, that song is written. That's exactly what I'm about. I think I might put that one up today on one of these videos. I didn't really get videos because I was talking to y'all. I messed up with that, but it's okay. But it is what it is. Thank you, Andy. Said facts. Which part is facts? Can you tell them real quick? I'm a little out of it and I'm tired, so it's hard for me to catch up to y'all sometimes, or the chat just distorts where we're at. Or is it all facts? I mean, I'm just saying, be specific with them, that way they can understand. But I mean, that's what I need. I need the community to support me, man. There's some people over here, bro, that are loaded, that actually got some money, that they probably got millions of dollars, at least like a million, like cash in the bank. Those are the type of people I need to hopefully have a heart and hopefully want to help me, because I just need somebody to put me on and give me an opportunity. I can make money on my own. You see, I've done it the whole time, but that's what we're supposed to do: help each other to climb up out of hell and get going the right way. And then you make somebody where they're self-sufficient. That's what I did for everybody. It's the only reason I'm in this position, and it's not a bad position, but it's just, you got to have help. We all need help. We're supposed to work together, not everybody working against one man like they've been doing me. Feel me? But I hope that it happens. I hope at some point that somebody who really has money just says, you know what, I'm just going to start funding this dude's whole project. That's what needs to happen. That's the only way it's going to work, until Christina gets here and we have our money, or they give me my inheritance they stole somehow and get in touch with me. That's the only way, is if somebody is nice enough, who is loaded, and Mr. Moneybags or Mrs. Moneybags, and says, I'm just going to start funding this dude's project by donating to his Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo. That's what I want. That's what I want. Public funding. I mean, even government could do it if they wanted. I wouldn't care who it was. The government one day could just wake up and say, you know what, this dude's amazing. I'm going to go ahead and fund his project. We're trying to get project funding. This is a project. I most definitely can just start a GoFundMe, but it's not that easy for me. Like, I don't really have time to do it. So I got to just keep on working and doing something. I'm always busy. It's a 24-hour job, man. How you doing? I don't know what the pizza verse is. Get out of here. Bye. Go eat a pizza and be quiet. You're not buying me no pizza. I want a pizza. All right, I don't know what that means for. They try to invent their own language and stuff. Like, okay, like whatever you say. See, it makes them angry. We took a day wage. It makes them angrier when you just ignore them. Like, oh, it's you again. You can't take these people seriously. See, no, it's not gangster to get in your feelings and emotions like a female and come undone and unhinged and keep, being upset and lashing out and making mistakes. That's what Red Pill do because he's feminine. Like I said, Red Pill is a Filipino, you know what? That's why his lip is like that. I'm Red Pill. Sarah, Sarah, you drive a bucket, dust, rust bucket, raft for Sarah, Sarah. I own you, Red Pill, and I own that penguin, and I will forever, to the end of time, for all of eternity. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. I need these people with money to be like, you know what? I'm gonna help that Batman, and I want to see him have what he needs and run his business. That's all I need is funding. I just need the cash. I think that's a great position to be in after being set up and targeted for making too much money and spending too much. For doing all what I've done, I own 14 cars. I own 5 now. So you want to jumble up my words? I've been mad successful. Like, you know, y'all weren't in my position, bro. I couldn't hold on to money because I was coming up against corruption and lies, and I had to prove that wrong and stand up to everyone and be in the street. I had to be a gangster. So you can't keep money like that. It's impossible because they were breaking the law. See the point? I made every right decision. Now I just need people to step up and help me, man. We all need help sometimes. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand it. I mean, if I had $1 million even right now and I saw a dude like me doing all this and it was made this big of a commotion, I'd be like, bro, I'm just gonna send him $1,000 every day, like 25 times. Here's $25,000. You good? Do your thing. That's all I need, and I could get all this off the ground. At least 10 grand. But I need some serious money, and that's not serious money to me. I've made and spent way more than that. That's why to me it shouldn't even be a big deal. Even if you want to make it a loan and you want me to pay it back, whatever. But $10,000 is not that much. It'd be plenty to me right now. It'd be a lot for me right now. It'd be everything I need. Everything I can make everything come true with 10 grand. God, give me 10 grand, please. That's what I need at least. Really need like 50,000 at least plus. I need millions, but at least give me 10 G's. 10 G's, I can do it. I can do it. I can make it happen. Even if I got to go to like New York and go stay in a shelter for a little, whatever I got to do, and run it out of there. You know what I mean? Like just run the whole Batman thing. It could work. So I'm gonna get going. I can't even feel my arms. I'm so tired. I'll talk to y'all in a minute. All right. Stay upset, stay triggered, stay pressed, and stay angry and broke and failing. Easy.